Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. It's an integral aspect of the human experience, a shadow that gives definition to the light. It's the inevitable conclusion to every story, the final note in every song. We often see death as a terrifying end, a full stop at the end of a sentence we wish would never conclude. But what if it's a doorway, not a wall? What if the end we fear is simply a transition, a passage to something beyond our current comprehension? Across history, we've painted, written, and philosophized about this one certainty, this universal truth that binds all living beings. From the earliest cave paintings to the complex philosophical treatises, humanity has grappled with the enigma of mortality. It's the event that unites us all, transcending cultures, beliefs, and borders. Yet remains the greatest mystery, a puzzle that has captivated and confounded us for millennia. Life and death are part of a cosmic rhythm, cycles of becoming and dissolving, of creation and destruction, an eternal dance that shapes the universe. Our fear isn't of the unknown, of what lies beyond the veil, but of losing what we know, our bodies, identities, and attachments, the tangible aspects of our existence that we cling to so dearly. But these are just temporary roles and garments, costumes we wear on the stage of life. When we look beyond them, when we peer past the surface and into the depths, fear begins to dissolve. Like mist in the morning sun, it dissipates, revealing the landscape beneath. Let's approach death with wonder, not dread, with curiosity, not apprehension. The greatest sages didn't avoid death. They sought to understand it, to unravel its mysteries and glean its wisdom, knowing that by facing it, by confronting our mortality, they unlocked the secrets of life. They discovered the true meaning of existence. When you're not afraid of the end, when you embrace the inevitable, you can truly live. You can experience life in its fullness, without the shadow of fear looming over you. This journey is one every human must make, a personal exploration of the unknown, at least within their own consciousness. A voyage into the depths of our own being. We'll walk through myth, law, science, and philosophy, each offering a unique lens, a different perspective on this universal experience. We don't seek a final answer, a definitive solution to the mystery of death, but a deeper understanding, a richer appreciation for the preciousness of life. By exploring death, we learn to live with more grace, with greater awareness, intensity, with a deeper connection to the present moment and joy, a joy that comes from truly embracing life in all its fleeting beauty. Let's begin this journey together. Let's explore the doorway to the unknown, and in doing so, discover the true meaning of life. In ancient India, death is a sacred transition, not a tragedy. The soul, or jiva, is seen as eternal, shedding bodies like worn-out clothes, guided by karma. Karma isn't reward or punishment, but the natural law of cause and effect shaping our next birth. The Garuda Purana describes the soul's journey after death, lingering with attachments before moving on. Rituals for the dead help the soul disengage and move peacefully. The ultimate goal is moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. This isn't about reaching paradise, but realizing our true nature beyond body and mind. To die consciously, free from karma, is to merge with the boundless cosmos. Law approaches death as a practical necessity, not a mystery. Traditionally, death meant the heart and lungs stopped, but technology changed that. Now, brain death, the irreversible end of all brain function, is the legal standard. This allows for organ donation and the withdrawal of life support. Once legally dead, a person's affairs are untangled. Death certificates are issued, assets distributed, and families begin to grieve. If there's a will, it guides the process. If not, laws of inheritance take over. The law doesn't ask where the soul has gone, only how to settle what's left behind. It brings order and closure to the material world. Science sees death as a biological process, not a single event. The body shuts down, cells decay, and its energy returns to the ecosystem. The real mystery is consciousness. Science says it's a product of the brain, extinguished at death. Yet we don't fully understand how consciousness arises, leaving the question open. Near-death experiences, tunnels, lights, peace, are reported worldwide, but science can't fully explain them. Some say they're brain chemistry, others see something more. Science hasn't proven or disproven an afterlife, It's simply reached its limits. The fate of consciousness after death remains one of science's greatest mysteries. Philosophy, in its vastness, grapples with many profound questions, but it doesn't offer definitive answers about the afterlife. Instead, it delves into the crucial question of how we should live our lives, fully aware of the inevitable truth that we will all eventually die. It encourages us to examine our values and priorities in the face of our mortality. Epicurus, the ancient Greek philosopher, argued that we shouldn't fear death. He reasoned that when we're alive, death isn't present to us, and conversely, when we're dead, we are no longer capable of awareness, so there is nothing to fear in that state of non-existence. Plato, on the other hand, viewed death as the soul's liberation, a release from the physical body and a return to a higher, more perfect realm of existence. He believed the soul was immortal and longed to be free from the constraints of the material world. Indian philosophy, particularly Hinduism, teaches that our true self, the Atman, is fundamentally one with the universal consciousness, Brahman. Therefore, death is simply the dissolution of the ego, the false sense of self, and emerging back into the ultimate reality. The ultimate goal, then, is to realize this profound oneness while we are still alive. In that case, death is not something to be feared, but just a wave gracefully returning to the vastness of the ocean from which it came. Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, practiced memento mori, consciously remembering death not as a morbid exercise, but as a powerful tool to live more fully, more presently, and more virtuously. Facing our own mortality has the profound effect of stripping away the trivial concerns and superficial attachments that often clutter our lives, forcing us to confront what truly matters: love, connection, purpose, and contribution. Ultimately, contemplating death rather than being a source of dread becomes a powerful guide, illuminating the path towards a life lived with intention, purpose, and profound meaning. Modern culture hides death, but this avoidance diminishes life. It's the finite nature of life that gives it urgency and beauty. Facing death brings clarity, forcing us to ask what truly matters and to live with intention. Discussing death prepares us for loss, allowing us to grieve with more grace and to cherish relationships in the present. It's an act of love, to prepare practically and emotionally, to mend relationships, and to live without regret. When we accept death, we live each moment with passion and involvement. The conversation about death is really about how to live fully. To speak of death is to speak of life itself. What happens after death? It's a question that has haunted humanity since the dawn of consciousness. A question pondered by philosophers, theologians, and every individual staring up at the night sky. No one knows for certain, and perhaps that's the most beautiful part of it all, the not knowing. And maybe that's the point. The mystery isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to embrace, a vast, uncharted territory of existence. Instead of seeking certainty, a futile chase after something we may never grasp, focus on the miracle of being alive right now. This very moment, this breath, this experience. Life is in the breath, the simple act of inhaling and exhaling. The sun, warming our skin and nourishing the earth, the voice of a loved one, a comforting sound that reminds us we're not alone. This is all we truly have. These fleeting, precious moments are the essence of our existence. Let the unknown fill you with wonder, not fear. Let it inspire you to explore, to learn, to grow. Use the certainty of death, the inevitable end that awaits us all, as motivation to live with intensity and joy, to squeeze every last drop of meaning and experience from this life. The ultimate wisdom isn't knowing what comes after, the secrets of the afterlife, but living so fully, so authentically, so passionately, that you're ready for whatever comes next. Embracing the unknown with open arms and a fearless heart. When the door finally opens, when our time here is done, may we walk through it with grace, curiosity, and a smile, knowing we lived a life worth living.